Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is As You Answer the Call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor, welcoming you to another edition of the program. Preparations for the 2025 Hajj continues to gather momentum with renewed vigor as the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NACON) engages stakeholders in a series of meetings. So far, NACON officials have had discussions with representatives of the Saudi Ministry of Hajj and members of the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators of Nigeria (AHUN). Our Spotlight segment will highlight some of the issues raised at the meeting. Also in the program is Making the Hajj and other regular segments such as NACON News Diary, which highlight the activities of NACON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. Still coming your way is the announcement of last week's winner. Stay tuned and don't go away.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary. Stay with us.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NACON) has refunded caution deposits to private tour operators for the 2022 and 2023 Hajj exercises. It also rolled over same deposits for those such requests.
48 companies are outstanding.
NACON Commissioner of Operation Prince Anofiu Olarejwaju Elegushi disclosed this at a meeting with the leadership of the Association for Hajj and Umrah Operators of Nigeria. This was on Tuesday this week at the Hajj House. He said the Commission will start making refunds for 2024 after the reconciliation of accounts and complaints.
Like in 2022 now, we understand that 33 companies out of the company requested for rollover, and the remaining companies have been paid, fully paid. So you too can be checking your records. We are just trying to know if we have our state since then. So that is true. 2022, 23 companies requested for rollover. Remaining companies have been paid. So in 2023, 139 companies have gotten their refund. 70 companies roll over their caution deposit, while 48 companies are outstanding, maybe because they did not, maybe they have an issue of reconciliation with NACON.
While acknowledging that 26 companies have been processed for the refund, the Commissioner said NACON has increased the caution fee from 25 million naira to 50 million naira. The Commissioner gave reasons for the increase.
The reason for that is not far-fetched. We all know what Hajj Fair is talking about now. So we are looking at a deposit that can take at least, if not 10, but that can take 6 people abandoned by any tour operator. So that's just the reason. There's nothing more behind that.
The Commissioner further stated that NACON and Saudi Arabia are in discussions over refund for services not rendered by the Muassasa during the 2024 Hajj. Speaking on the refund, AHUN President Abdul Latif Yusuf Ekundayo highlighted some of the demands of the association.
I want to appeal to NACON to reduce the 50 million. That is number one. Number two, that NACON should allow bank guarantee instead of cash deposits. Very, very important. That is the request from many of our members, that we should allow bank guarantee. And number three, after we must have agreed on this, that NACON should give extension on this registration of our members.
The meeting deliberated on other issues bordering on the 2025 Hajj operation. As pilgrims registration for 2025 Hajj begins, Bauchi State Pilgrims Welfare Board sees of settlement when the final Hajj fare is announced. He said those interested can obtain a customized Hajj bank teller from Hajj Affairs officers in all the local government areas of the state, noting that the pay points have been transferred to Jaiz Bank. The board further said the Hajj Savings Scheme platform has also been activated for intending pilgrims to enroll. The Executive Secretary appreciated Governor Bala Muhammad for his support to the board and called on the ulama and other stakeholders to educate intending pilgrims to make payments on time. In a related development, Kwara State Pilgrims Welfare Board has announced the commencement of registration for intending pilgrims from the state wishing to perform the 2025 Hajj. Executive Secretary of the board, Abdusalam Abdul Qadir, disclosed this while interacting with journalists in Ilorin on Wednesday. A statement to this effect by the board's press secretary, Falilat Jumoke, says intending pilgrims have been directed to raise a bank draft of 8.5 million naira to be submitted at the board's headquarters in Ilorin, along with the completed registration form. The Executive Secretary appealed to intending pilgrims wishing to perform the 2025 Hajj through the state to adhere with all directives. In other news, Governor Caleb Mufwang of Plateau State has received the report of the 2024 Hajj exercise. The State Amirul Hajj, Ambassador Yahya Gwande, presented the report at the Government House on Wednesday this week. Governor Mufwang thanked the Amirul Hajj team and officials of the State Pilgrims Welfare Board, led by Dayabu Dauda, for discharging their responsibilities diligently. He said more will be done to support the board for better service delivery to the state pilgrims. On his part, Executive Secretary of the State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Dayabu Yahya, appreciated the governor, saying the state contingent had a great Hajj experience.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching as you answer the call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and other Hajj-related matters. With the preparation for the 2025 Hajj exercise underway, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, is leaving nothing to chance at the planning stages of the Hajj exercise. To this end, the Commission has begun a series of engagements with critical stakeholders. Tonight, we will focus on the essence of these meetings and the build-up to the 2025 Hajj. These and more in our next segment, Spotlight. Keep watching.
Organizing the Hajj requires meticulous planning, coordination, and effective implementation of policies and programs to ensure a hitch-free pilgrimage. The first phase of the planning and coordination process involves, among others, registration and documentation of pilgrims, slot allocation to states, the FCT, armed forces, and tour operators, licensing of service providers in Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, arrangements for pre-Hajj visits to negotiate with service providers, screening of airliners, and fixing of Hajj fare.
We are going to look for a way to improve the technology in collaboration with your ministry.
As part of the process, NACON management, led by its Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Prince Ali Abdrazak, held a virtual meeting last week, Thursday, with officials of Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah Affairs, during which issues related to Hajj preparations and operations were discussed. The major areas of focus were allocation of 95,000 slots to Nigeria for the 2025 Hajj, deadline for the issuance of visas, health status of pilgrims and compliance with Saudi health guidelines, choice of location in Mina, and transportation system. NACON Commissioner of Operations, Prince Anafio Larewaju Elegushi, explains more on the meeting.
Saudi authority repeated the 95,000 slots they gave Nigeria in 2024. So they gave the same for 2025, and which means 75 will be for states, 75,000 slots will be for states, and then 20,000 slots will be for tour operators.
Prince Anofio said the major policy change for the 2025 Hajj, as announced by the Saudis, is on feeding arrangement. He gives an insight.
Saudi authorities are trying to do this time around is to give everything, both feeding and accommodation in Medina, feeding and accommodation in Makkah, feeding and accommodation and feeding in Mina. They wanted to give it to the Muassasa. But in the interest of pilgrims and Nigerians, particularly our intended pilgrims, we told them that it will be very difficult, because it is not easy for the Saudi authorities to provide us with the food that our people will like to eat. So we need to provide for ourselves. So the policy was argued, and we decided to put it in pending. So it's part of what is discussion that is pending.
Also discussed during the meeting was the pre-Hajj visit coming up in January next year, and the participation of Nigeria in Hajj and Umrah conference and exhibition as part of the 2025 Hajj.
The relevant officers will attend, and some of the state escorts too. State Pilgrims Board will also attend, and the tour operators too will also attend, because it's like an exhibition.